Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah, alhamdulillah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah in Arabic, God in English, Elohim in Hebrew, Yahweh, whatever you call him. And I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. Today I'm going to address a video that has been sent to me by my good friend and my brother in humanity, Jerry. It's a young man, an American man, talking about the importance of prayer in Islam. And the title of, I just took a snapshot of the videos. Title and the young man, and he calls it the importance of prayer in Islam, and he goes right into the very first hadith, and that is, I'm gonna take a snapshot of it, and it says Sahih al-Bukhari 644. Allah, it reads this way, Allah's messenger, that would be our beloved prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him and upon all the prophets and messengers of God, said, by him in whose hand my soul is, I was about to order for collecting firewood, in terms fuel at the time, and then orders someone to pronounce the adhan, the call for prayer. You know that thing you hear, Allahu Akbar? Yeah, that thing? Yeah, that's the adhan. And then orders someone to lead the prayer, then I would go from behind and burn the houses of men who did not present themselves for the compulsory congregation prayer. Now this guy here is trying to sell to you guys and to the non-Muslims in general that our prophet would actually call for the prayer, start the prayer, get someone did the prayer, and go and burn the houses of those who did not come in for the prayer. And hello? Do you see anything? Anything strange? Anything? No, of course not. Because you see, translating from Arabic into English, as you know, Semitic language into English might turn into something else. That's one thing. The second thing is an anti-Islam, an Islamophobe, a hater would actually not open his mind, not open his heart, and read between the lines and understand the meaning of the hadith. Of course, he is actually trying his best to get something to throw on Muslims, that to show them, oh look, your religion, oh your prophet was going to burn you. Are you guys stupid or what? I mean, just this guy here at the end, and I will show you, he puts on a mask of a donkey and he says, did I turn into a donkey? No, you didn't. And nobody did, nobody would. But what people do is act as a donkey. Now, I'm not, by no way I would call any human being a donkey, but I would call him hate and fear mongers. So this guy, just like Mr. Christian Prince, would do and use that difference in the language tone and metaphors and allegory, you know, it's just this, how would I put it, the emphasis of this hadith, all it's saying really, okay, let's get out of the cream from this hadith. It's just saying that the prayer in a group is very important, that even the most loving and caring Prophet Muhammad would use this example to show the importance that he would go and put wood and burn the houses of those who are not coming. That's only to show them how important it is. Does that mean that there was nobody going to the prayer because they were afraid of being burnt? Ridiculous nonsense. There was a lot of people who could not make it to the prayer in congregation. Until nowadays, a lot of Muslims cannot do it. It just an emphasis on how important it is to go and attend the prayer in congregation. In parallel, there are other hadiths that actually show the importance and the reward for attending what? The congregation prayer. Yet, these guys here, like this guy who's talking here, I don't know his name, I don't care about his name, and Mr. Crane, the Christian Prince, would do the same thing. They would focus on this side. They would never give you the other side, where there are praises of getting in there, like the levels, the prize you get from praying in group. So okay, I'm gonna I'm going just to save this bit here and get to the next one. So the next one, let's see.
Burn down the houses of men who did not.
Is just reading.
And Muhammad wanted to order someone to pronounce.
Okay, he brought a second hadith saying from a different narration. Right, and then I would go to the houses. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, no, it's very funny. He goes out of his way to give two teachings about burning the house, and he would not go and get a teaching about the reward. Do you get my point? I know there are some of you would say, oh no, I don't see the point. No, he's saying he would burn the house and then he's going to burn the house. Give me you the one who is making the video, or Christian Prince, or anyone. I'm challenging you, all of you, any Christian, any Islam hater, anyone. It's a universal challenge. Give me one instance, whether it was from the Prophet or his successors, the Khalifa, okay, Khulafa, anyone who did such a thing. Give me one example. I am ready here to be baptized by you who would take the challenge and give me one example where our beloved Prophet did that, or any one of his successors. I'm ready to be baptized by you, sir or ma'am. I'm gonna pause this and get back to you. Okay, at 44 seconds. Hopefully this guy does not do what Mr. Christian Prince does. His video is 4 minutes and 31 seconds long. I love it. I'm gonna wrap it up quickly too. So his second hadith is exactly the same thing, but it is about the Friday prayer. Friday prayer. I want to be able to get you some other teachings. I just hope you will be able to watch them and check them. That if you are looking for the truth, and if you want to see these people exposed for what they are, liars and deceivers. So getting back to you. Hey, I'm back. I know it's only a blink for you, but for me, I spent some time reading. I just wanted to get to the source where he got his snapshot. Did I take a snapshot of this? Wait a minute, because he copy a bit of text and then he put 3 dots and he jumps to another bit of text and then he puts the link. Do you know what it is doing here? This is for you Christians. Do you know what you're going to do? I know you Christians are not going to go anywhere to do any research. You are gullibles and you are going to take what he says. I'm not like that. I did the research. I went to the website where he got it from, and surprise, surprise, I'm going to read. And I took a snapshot and I'll leave it right there. Next to his, so you guys can see it. So he goes to Islam question and answer, and it goes like this. The first bit of his statement or his text, it says, it is obligatory to pray in congregation in the mosque, not in workplaces or schools. Next line. This applies if. Do you hear that? I'm going to highlight it later. This applies only if the Muslim is accountable. That's one thing. Second thing, is a male. Third thing, able to do it. Fourth thing, can hear the adhan. And even for the adhan, it has to be without the aid of a loudspeaker. Hello? Stop lying. Stop deceiving people. Yeah? So you guys, what you do is the work of your father, the devil, lying and deceiving people. Why couldn't you take the whole text? Why didn't you just take a snapshot of it like I did, and I'm going to show you? No. That is not going to make you famous. Nah, it would be like, so what? Yeah, well, you should pray in congregation unless. So what's so fun about that? What is so cool about that to hear by you, the listeners, the audience, the whoever is watching? No. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to move on to the next point. Now, I'm going to take you to the second statement he brought from the same website. It's at 1 minute and 26 seconds. And funny enough, this bit here, you can't even see it. You can't even pause it. It took me, like, I struggled to pause it and read it. It just blinks and it goes, because it does not serve him. And do you know why? I'll tell you why. So here's, I'm putting the snapshot here, and it reads, prayer in congregation is obligatory for healthy men. And he did not highlight healthy men. He highlighted other bits. You will see it yourself. Healthy men in the mosque. I don't need to explain it. It says it. It is. You have to go to the mosque if you're healthy, according to scholarly opinions. I'm not going to stick to this at all. I'll just move on. I'm leaving the statement. His message, his statement, his snapshot, whatever he's putting there is working against him. So you, sir, you just shot yourself in the foot. Next point is a funny one. He presents a hadith where it shows how punctual, how serious our beloved Prophet was about prayer. So yes, so he was with his wife. Yeah, wife. So he was with her in bed. He washed, but there was, like what he called semen. It was janaba on his clothes. So his wife washed his garment, because he was poor. He didn't have more than one, like what we have 10 garments now. He had only one. So she washed it. And then he wore it. He did his ghusl. He cleaned himself to prepare himself for prayer. and then he wear that and he goes out. There's nothing wrong with that, sir. I don't know why you bring in this, but it's totally against you. It's only showing how important is prayer. Let me move on to the next. Okay, I don't know how to address you, sir, but it just looks like you are another Christian prince. It is very funny how you guys go around cherry picking, and you'll just take a bit of the text and bring it over and show it to people. So what I did is I went to our websites and I took the text with the whole thing and explanation. But here it is. The hadith that you're talking about is narrated by Aisha herself. What is the context? This one man is not the Prophet talking here. This one man who said, I heard the Prophet saying that your prayer can be annulled by a dog, a donkey, and a woman. It's not him saying hadith. This is Aisha discussing. She is actually telling him, she is disagreeing with him and actually rebuking him, refuting him, that how dare you? And she goes on and she says to him that that while the Prophet was praying, I used to lie in my bed between him and the Qibla. The Qibla is the direction where to pray, towards the Kaaba, towards Mecca. Whenever, she's talking, not me now, I'm reading, okay? Whenever I was in need of something, I would slip away, for I dislike to face him. So the full text, when you get the full text, then you understand what is going on. So the first thing is, Aisha, the narrator of this hadith, this is not even a hadith, this is a story, because it's not hadith if it's not coming from the Prophet. This is Aisha talking to someone whom said he heard the Prophet. Now this man, we don't know him, but I don't care who he is, okay? This is not hadith from our beloved Prophet. It's someone who said he heard him, and no one knows the Prophet better than his wife, okay? So leave it off. Second point is that she is actually she's disagreeing with him. She's telling him, no, I have an experience with the Prophet. This is what used to happen at home while he's praying. I would walk him through, and there was not even a single instance where he told her, oh, stop walking through. And I challenge you again, you or any Christian out there in the world, it's another universal challenge. Give me one instance where there is, even if it is a story narrated by someone saying that our beloved Prophet said to his wife, don't cross in front of me because you're a woman and you're actually annulling my prayer. Give me one. Anyway, so yes, Aisha doesn't agree with this. She said these people were trying to make women just like the same as dog. Of course, Aisha doesn't agree. In today's society, if you say something like this, you get slapped. So forget it, man. It's lame. It's lame. And of course, Aisha here tried to refute this claim. Okay, she is saying that she did walk in front of her Prophet while he was praying, and there was never a problem. Okay, and I'm challenging you on this point. Give me one instance where the Prophet said to his wife that don't walk in front of me or anything like that. I'll get to the next point. Where I stop that. Hey, back again. So this time you brought a hadith about the importance of prayer. It's so important that if someone comes and tries to cut you, coming between you and the Qibla, fight him. Or fight him violently. You use the word violence and violently a lot. You like to play on words. You like to get people to focus on that. Oh yeah, violence. Oh, Islam, violence. Again, you are reading from translation from Arabic to English. Whoever translated that is actually using the wrong word. Hypothetically, yes. What does that mean? Does that mean leave your prayer and fight the person? Do you know what we do when someone is actually trying to cross us? All we do is this. We just we raise our arm like that we're praying to stop the person, as in stopping the person. Okay? If that person stops, then it is fine. If that person does not stop, then you push him. The hadith does talk about stopping the person using your arm, just stopping the person. And that is only to put an emphasis on the importance of your prayer and the concentration. Going back to the other hadith that you brought, they say a dog, a donkey, and a woman. These three things are not likened as in they are equal. No, sir. Stop deceiving people. The only reason the hadith is saying that is the three of them, the similarity there is they can cause a trial to you, a tribulation. It's like, okay, a dog, a donkey, a woman. These are three things that are actually, they have they are not similar in any way, but they have meanings in Islam and in Arabic. Okay, for you, of course, for you, there are just three boxes that you're trying to get people to see as the same. But for us, it's a big thing. Okay, Islam, when talking about the dog is not allowed in the house because we believe it. Okay, I don't want you to believe it, but in our belief, the dog is unclean, so the angels will not enter the house for that. A donkey, almost the same. A woman is, when you are focusing to pray and you're praying to God, and a woman comes right in front of you, think about it. Think about it. You lose concentration. Hello. If you are a man, of course. Yeah. I don't know about you if you're a man or not. But I'm talking about myself and the other real man in this world. A real man who sees a woman in front of him. You lose concentration. You are supposed to concentrate when you're praying. And then comes this thing here where, oh, you have to fight him. Violence. You violence. Ooh, big word. Scary. That's all you are. A scaremonger. You want to scare people. Yeah. Now, I was just checking something, and I realized I need to explain this more about someone stopping someone, and as you said, stopping him with violence. First of all, it is well known to any Muslim that anyone who is praying, you cannot cross in front of him where he's standing and where he put his forehead. That's the first thing. The second thing, the person who is praying needs to put something, kind of something to show the area where he's praying, where nobody is allowed to cross. Yeah. The third thing, the one who is crossing knows how important, how it is a great or a major sin to actually cross in front of someone while praying. So it's not going to happen. This violence thing, it's not going to happen. Okay? Nobody is going to do it because we all know that it is haram, it is unlawful, it is not permissible to walk through. Unless by mistake you don't know, then they will stop you, then they will go back. Okay? That's the thing. Having said all this, because I didn't want to say what I'm about to say now before I tell you these things, but here it is. this hadith that you brought is actually not authentic. Okay? Some of the scholars actually reject this, right? Because the word violence that you use. Second thing, because there is no need for it. We are taught from the beginning that the prayer is so important that nobody should walk through. That's it. It's there. It's a sign. That's one thing. The second sign is the one who is praying. It's his responsibility to show that he is praying. He puts something. We call it sutra. It's just something that you put in front of you while you're praying. Okay? Kind of, it's like a something like screen. Yeah? Do you understand that? Do you? If you don't, just leave a message here. Leave a comment and I will help you. Okay? I'll get to the next one. So back, I just came across something here. There's a hadith where it talks, because for you, the hadith where that mentions the donkey, the dog, the donkey, and the woman, actually, as we know, is we don't listen to it because it's not hadith at all. But I have something else that actually refute that, and I'm going to read it for you. I just took snapshot and I'm going to leave it and add it to the video. So it says this: it was narrated that Ibn Abbas said, once I came riding a female donkey and had just attained the age of puberty. The Messenger of Allah praying at Mina, and there was no wall in front of him. I passed, listen, focus. I passed in front of part of the row while they were praying. Then I let the donkey loose to graze and joined the row. And nobody objected to it. Nobody objected to it. Yeah, it is narrated by Al-Bukhari 76 and Muslim 504. I took a snapshot of it and I put it in here for you to read and check. Do check it, okay? Don't miss that. Hey, and back to you, whoever you are. I got to minute 3, 12 seconds. You brought something from Sahih al-Bukhari. It's not even hadith. And you say that is Mu'adh asked Mr. Abu Musa and said, who is that? And Abu Musa said, oh, that's a Jew who became a Muslim and then reverted or converted back to Judaism. So, and then ... I will not sit down until he had been killed. I just want to know one thing, sir, and I would love to hear it from you or anyone else. So, all the people, blah blah blah, the people killing people killing people. So, anyone killing, does that mean that it's his religion asking him to do that? Are you telling me that Hitler killed the Jews because his religion said that? Are you telling me that all the crimes happening anywhere in the world, let's take for instance the killings in the West, in the Christian West, does that mean they're killing because their religion says so? The killings happening, let's say, in Syria, in Iraq and other places, does that mean their religion says that? So two people fighting on the street, it happens that one of them kills the other. Does that mean their religion is saying that? just because that person did, that's it. And then you go, I know what you're going to say. I know you will argue, you and other people, you will say, oh, but it is in Sahih al-Bukhari. Hello. Al-Bukhari is a historian. He's collecting stories. There's just stories that they have been collected in here. Does it say anywhere related to Allah or Prophet? Huh? Because it says somewhere, this is the judgment of Allah and His Apostle. Is it? Well, anyone can say that. Hello. I'm gonna eat a melon because it's the judgment of Allah and His Apostle. Yeah? Oh, I'm gonna break this remote control because it's the judgment of Allah and His Apostle. Yeah? So please, get serious. Don't go around getting me things here and there and saying that this is Islam. Okay? And then these people, it's a long story. At least be honest and show the whole story. Yeah, tell them the whole story. At least. But as deceivers, you guys are so really, you're disgusting. All of you. You and that sir, that gentleman who calls himself the Christian prince. He is the deceiver prince, just like you. But anyway, I'll move on. I'll check the next one. Hey, so now I think this is your favorite, and since it is your favorite, I'll let you have it.
Allah may change his face.
You say here in this hadith that the Prophet said, it is, well, I'm going to read from your video. I just paused and I'm going to read. Sahih Muslim, the Messenger of Allah said, does the man who lifts his head before the Imam not fear that Allah may change his face into that of an ass? In English, we all know the figurative and the literal. Okay, it's very funny that you make such a fuss about this again and again, that you're translating from Arabic, a language with metaphors, parables, and so on and so forth. So in order to teach the believers how to pray correctly, he has to give them indications to explain to them in their own way of thinking, their own language, and gives them metaphors that they understand themselves. Otherwise, they would never get it. So he is saying, like, this is after the prayer, when our beloved Prophet finished the prayer. He saw the man who was next to him, who was actually going for the bowing or the prostration before the Prophet, as in rushing in it. And our prayer, as you know, if you don't know, but you said that you went to Islamic Cultural and you saw Islamic Center and you saw them people praying. So that should have answered your question. Yet you came here and you said, well, you see, I was sitting at the back on a chair and they were praying, and then before the Imam raised his head from the prostration, you did before that, and your head did not turn into a donkey's head. Very funny, very, very funny. In Arabic, there is a letter alif and mim, and that is the emphasis, and it's more like a question. Aren't you afraid that by raising or prostrating before the leader of the prayer, your head might turn into a donkey's head? Does that mean it is happening? It is a metaphor. It's allegorical. You wouldn't want that. You never understand such a thing because you're not an Arabic speaker. When we read that, we know what's the meaning behind it. We know it is only an emphasis on the importance to follow the leader in prayer. So we will all be one. Bowing down, raising up, prostrating, raising up. Why? Because if I am praying here and the one next to me shoulder to shoulder goes first and up first and runs up and down and does it creates chaos, and we are supposed to be as one, going up and down and up and down. And so the second thing, I can no longer concentrate on prayer when with my Creator. I get all disturbed. Those are points that are very important while you're praying. You need concentration. If the person next to you starts bowing down as he wishes, then he kind of disturbs the harmony and disturbs your concentration. And in the Arabic word, you may not believe this, but these are what we use. These statements that your head might turn into a donkey's head. It doesn't. It's not literally turning into that, but it's just that in the Arabic word, the donkey represents the idiotic actions. So that is a likeness of someone actually disturbing the harmony. It's idiotic. If you knew the importance of being as one while praying, you would never raise or prostrate before the leader. That is the emphasis. Not like you say. And what's idiotic about you is you went there and then you tried it yourself. Such an idiot. You really think such a thing happened? It's an emphasis. It's metaphorical. That's it. Peace. I hope you will get some rest, and I hope you'll get your heart clean out of all this hatred and stop spreading hate and fear, sir. Assalamu alaikum.